Choosing the right plants for your garden is the most important part of gardening, especially in a shaded environment. It's not just about selecting the most appealing flowers or the best hedge, it's also about understanding the conditions in your garden and choosing plants that are going to thrive there. This video will guide you on how to select the best shade-loving plants, specifically focusing on those that flower beautifully in the shade. Low sunlight is never a reason to give up on gardening. You just need to choose the right plants. Before you start choosing your plants, you need to understand the different levels of shade, because sunlight isn't as simple as on or off. There are different levels that you need to be aware of. Light shade refers to areas that are exposed to dappled or filtered sunlight for most of the day, while partial shade refers to areas that get direct sunlight only for part of the day. Deep or heavy shade, however, as the term suggests, is found in areas where little to no direct sunlight reaches. Not all shade-loving plants have the same light requirements. Some might do well in partial shade but struggle in deeper shade, while others might thrive in either condition. Shade-loving plants are unique in their ability to flourish under low light conditions. They've adapted several characteristics to survive with less sunlight. For instance, they sometimes have larger, darker green leaves to maximize photosynthetic activity. Sometimes they've adapted darker pigment with more chlorophyll to make use of the available light. Others have thin stems to allow them to follow dappled light throughout the day. Without further ado, let's go over some of the best plants for gardens that receive less than full sunlight. We'll start with plants that don't mind the shadiest outdoor spaces, and then we'll move on to plants that like at least a little bit of sunlight. Isabella liriope. Isabella liriope is a ground cover that thrives in full sun to heavy shade. This evergreen plant with fine leaves and purple flowers is an excellent choice for shaded gardens because of its low maintenance and its ability to handle heavy foot traffic. Its dense growth keeps weeds at bay. Little Phil philodendron. Like most philodendron species, this cultivar prefers partial to full shade. It thrives indoors or in shaded gardens. You can put it in a pot, plant it along borders, or simply use it as part of your low-growing garden layer. Emerald Arch Dianella tasmanica. Emerald Arch Dianella is an Australian flax lily that loves full sun to heavy shade. It's known for its arching emerald green foliage and blue flowers. This plant is perfect for shaded gardens due to its hardiness and tolerance to most soil types. Pinnacle Syzygium australis. Pinnacle lily-pilly is a narrow, upright variety of lily-pilly, providing a strong architectural shape. This plant can handle full sun to part shade and is perfect for hedging or as a feature plant due to its resilient nature and resistance to diseases. Buccaneer agapanthus. Buccaneer agapanthus is a robust, dense plant with deep blue flowers. It can tolerate full sun to part shade and is resistant to pests and diseases, making it another reliable choice for shaded gardens. Flirtnandina domestica. This small shrub features deep red new growth and thrives in full sun to moderate shade. Its color, compact size, and low maintenance requirements make it perfect as an addition to shaded gardens. Kingsdale poa. Kingsdale grass is a fine leaf blue tussock that thrives in full sun to part shade. It's non-invasive and requires minimal water once established. The Encore azalea range. These plants bloom multiple times a year from spring right through to autumn and thrive in full sun to part shade. Their vibrant colors and ability to adapt to various light conditions make them perfect for shaded gardens. Watering needs vary depending on the type of plant and its natural habitat. Start by planting the right plant in the right place because different plants have different needs. So make sure that every plant is in an environment that it's likely to thrive in. Plants with similar needs should be planted together. Provide enough water for each plant type without overwatering. Fertilizing can help provide necessary nutrients, especially in nutrient-poor soils. Pruning correctly helps maintain the shape of your plants and can encourage new growth. When arranging your plants, consider their adult size, bloom time, and color to create a visually appealing garden all year round. Using plants with different textures, colors, and heights can add layers and interest to your garden. Put short plants to the front and taller plants to the back to ensure that every plant is visible. This can also help ensure that they all receive the right amount of sunlight, depending on the direction of the light, of course. Encouraging flowering in indoor and shade-loving plants involves proper care and maintenance. Providing adequate water, nutrients, maintaining humidity levels, and ensuring the plant receives the right amount of light are all crucial factors. At the end of the day, as long as you're planting flowering plants in an environment that they're likely to thrive in and giving them all of the care that they need, they're much more likely to flower as hoped. You won't get a full sun-loving plant to flower in partial shade. Choosing the best shade-loving plants for your garden can seem daunting, but with the right knowledge, it becomes an exciting journey of discovery. Remember, the key is to understand the light conditions in your garden and choose plants that are well suited to those conditions. Don't be afraid to experiment and try different plants until you find the ones that work best for you. There's nothing wrong with replacing a poor performing plant for something that's much better suited to the space.